It's time to make us a little money with Shynin's bets.
Hey, Ray, I know your club got gambling.
Week 3 was very kind for the most part to me. If you listened to me last week, let's start with the losses first. You know how I like to do. I told you on Thursday Night Football to take the Bills to cover that 12.5 point spread against the Dolphins, and they failed. They only won by 10. That was a good-ass game. Was not expecting the Dolphins at all to come out with any fire, but that looked like a completely different Dolphins team than the one we saw from the first 2 weeks. They still took the L, but kept it closer than what Vegas thought. And then, oh my God, this game right here had everybody sick. I told you to take the Rams plus 3.5 at the Eagles. Bro, it was sold up. This was one of the ones I was like, okay, this is a for sure win. We in the third quarter now. Rams are beating that ass. And then that's when the Eagles turned it on. But okay, fine. Rams go down last second in position for a field goal. Either way, they block. You don't make the field goal, we still win the bet. You make the field goal, even better, win the bet, and you win outright. And they block the damn field goal, and not only that, take it back for a touchdown. I was appalled. And if it wasn't for that, man, we would have went 4-1 last week with Shynin's bets. But I told you to take the Rams plus the points. Of course, the Eagles win by... they win by 5 or 6 or something like that. Whatever. I was distraught after that. However, there was some dubs. And I told you to take the Vikings to cover that 2.5 point spread against the Bengals at home. Boy, did they. The ass whooping of the weekend. Woo! BTA. Vikings do that to the Bengals. And then, another ass whooping. I saw this one coming a mile away. Seahawks, 7.5 point spread against the Saints. I told you to take Seattle. I saw that. Yeah, it's the Saints, y'all. Yeah, at Seattle too. Seattle got a very good home field advantage. The Saints didn't stand a chance. And then I told you to take them Chicago Bears, 1.5 point favorites against the Cowboys at home. Not quite the ass whooping as the 2 previous games, but still a very decisive wins for them Chicago Bears. Coming up this week in Shynin's bets, week 4, put your money on them Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they are 2.5 point underdogs versus the Eagles. Tampa Bay is underdogs at home. Okay, now Mike Evans, that's a problem. That's an issue. He's probably not going to play this week, but they got Ibuka. I hope I said his name right. The new wide receiver, the rookie wide receiver they got, man, he's been balling this year. They're going to miss Mike Evans, but I think Tampa Bay got the dogs on defense to slow Philly down. It's going to be hot in Tampa. It's a noon game, too. I don't know if the Eagles are going to be ready for Tampa Bay this week. Take the Buccaneers plus the points at home against the Eagles. You got the Panthers. Take them as they are dogs at New England. Now, the Panthers last week was looking mighty feisty against them Atlanta Falcons. They shut down Michael Penix. I think they could repeat that performance. Maybe not shut down Drake May all the way, because despite them losing to the Steelers last week, they were able to get into the red zone a lot. They just kept fumbling the damn ball. But still, I think the Panthers could definitely keep it close, definitely within the field goal. They're 4.5 point dogs at New England. Take the Panthers. Jaguars, take them. They're 4.5 point dogs going to San Francisco. This one I'm on the line about a little bit, because this is a big test for the Jaguars. They just beat Houston last week, but going to San Francisco is always a tough game. But the 49ers got Mac Jones at quarterback, bro. You stop Christian McCaffrey and you can give yourself a good chance of winning that game, to me. Pearsall has been balling though for the 49ers. He's been doing really well, being their wide receiver 1. Shanahan's a good coach. He knows how to coach them up. I just think the Jaguars can keep it close. I really do. That's a young, exciting team to me. Take the Jaguars, 4.5 dogs at the 49ers. And then take the Jets. Monday Night Football next week. They're 2.5-point dogs at the Dolphins. Excuse me? What? Why? Why are the Dolphins favored? I mean, okay, they played a good game against Buffalo, but still, it's Monday Night Football. I think the Jets are going to be ready to play. Take the Jets plus 2.5. And then, speaking of underdogs, the Chiefs are 2.5-point dogs at home against these Baltimore Ravens, against these toothless, beakless, defenseless Baltimore Ravens. Please, Spags is going to have Lamar Jackson in the blender. Take the Chiefs, 2.5-point dogs at home versus Baltimore. So I couldn't wait for this segment this week. Fit check, yeah, that's me.
Well, the secret is you got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate.
Yes, that's what you did.
Yeah.
Yo, the NFL did the fool this week with all of the uniforms, but a special shout out to CBS as they celebrated the 50th anniversary of the NFL today. Man, James Brown, Nate Burleson, and the whole crew was dressed in 70s gear. They had the background with the 70s background, the NFL Today background with Brent Musburger on there. That was legendary. I absolutely loved it. I love the graphics, the music, just the whole bit, paying homage to what CBS was. It was the first pregame show like in sports history, definitely in football history. So it changed the way that or it shaped the way, not even changed the way, because it really was no way. Back then in the 60s and early 70s, there was no pregame show. They just put the damn game on. But the NFL today set the standard for how we watch football. And it really gave me a sense of how TV used to be. And hopefully it gave younger viewers that same sense too. But with that being said, look, let me say this before I get into the uniforms. The NFL should just dedicate an entire week, if not month, to just throwback uniforms, throwback graphics. It really should be like on Thanksgiving weekend. But whatever, just pick a weekend and do it. It should be an annual thing. Every single team wears throwback uniforms of their choice. All the broadcasts have throwback, segments, throwback graphics, all of that stuff, man. But let's get into the uniforms. Best uniform matchups from week 3. Of course, if you know me, you knew I was going to pick this one. Jets at Buccaneers. Buccaneers had the creamsicles out, man. Look, I wish they would. I'm fine with the uniforms that the Buccaneers have now as their primary unis. And they're never going to go back to what Bucko Bruce the Buck. I don't know what his name is. But if they could wear those more frequently, I would really enjoy that. Love the creamsicles. And of course the Jets came with it too, with an A+ performance with the green on the white. My second favorite matchup this week, Rams at Eagles. Love that Rams blue and gold. And the Eagles, I didn't know this. They hadn't worn this specific combo, the white jerseys and the green pants, at home in 10 years. Eagles, bring them green pants out, man. Except y'all should wear that version on the road. Just wear your green on white with the black socks at home. Of course, Chiefs, Giants, it was a perfect looking matchup. I love the Giants uniforms. Even they got the little gray right there. It's incorporated into the big blue color scheme. So I'll y'all know I don't like gray. But it goes with the Giants. They got some great uniforms. Matching up with the Chiefs, roll whites with the red pants. It was a beautiful looking matchup. Dallas at Chicago, they always look good as long as they keep the basics, like Dallas wear your normal joints. Don't be trying to do nothing stupid, and they didn't. Chicago looking good with that plain blue on white. And then this one gave Jets at Buccaneers a run for their money as my favorite. It's probably tied for my favorite though. Houston at Jacksonville. Look, I love the Jaguars' current uniforms. And I'm not voting for them to go back to their original Jaguar uniforms. But man, they look good. I want them to treat these throwback Jaguar uniforms the way that I want Tampa Bay to treat their throwbacks. Wear them every so often. Wear them like half the season at least or something like that at home. I know you can't do it every week, but yeah, please do. Houston's uniforms don't get enough credit for their rebrand that they had last year. They look good. They do. A couple other side notes that I have. The Saints, man, they came out with those white helmets. That was an A+ look right there. Except, again, with this white on white on white. Just wear some gold socks with that combo next time, Saints. That's my only gripe with that. And then the Browns helmet, underwhelming. I wasn't feeling that combo. When I think, and this is odd because they're the Browns, but when I think of Browns, I think of orange or Reese's Pieces, whatever you wanna pick. But yeah, the Browns, I understand what y'all doing with your all brown look with the brown helmets, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that look at all. Coming up this week, my guess for Ravens at Chiefs. The Ravens are probably gonna march up in here. They're all white with white socks. I would love it if they came in with the white jerseys with the black pants and the black socks, but they probably gonna do all white. And the Chiefs, you already know what we're gonna do. Our classic, beautiful red jerseys, white pants with the gold stripe. You know how we do.